sometimes feel like you are cursed with bad juju and you just can't catch a lucky break? Well, here's to hoping the luck of these people you're about to meet will somehow rub off on you, because they have just unearthed the 9 most amazing treasures found recently. What's up, Fact Addicts? This is Discovery Amuse serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stick around, because I'm pretty sure our top pick probably has an entire constellation of lucky stars, just like Domino from Deadpool.
Meet
Domino.
What's your shtick?
I'm lucky.
That's not a superpower.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
Number 9. Nazi stolen loot. During World War II, aside from murdering more than 1 million Jews in Poland, Nazi Germans also stole everything of value that they could get their hands on, from silverware and cutlery to gold bars and expensive jewelry. In 1941, when the Nazis occupied the royal castle in the Polish city of Nowy Sącz, they turned the palace into a barracks and storage for their ammo. However, a recent discovery shows that it wasn't just weapons that were stored there after all. In June of 2020, researchers unearthed a chest full of silver in the ruins of the fortress. A total of 103 silver pieces were discovered, which included homeware such as goblets and cutlery, believed to be part of the German soldiers' loot. Keep watching, because our top pick is one epic treasure hunt for the ages. Number 8. French kitchen find. For decades, an elderly French woman from Compiègne, France, kept this small religious painting above her stovetop, thinking it was nothing more but a random knockoff that juiced up her boring kitchen. When she was moved to a retirement home, her family did an inventory of her house before they emptied it. Much to their astonishment, an auctioneer spotted the painting, and the old wall decor turned out to be a 700-year-old rare Renaissance treasure.
It's an object that had been passed down from mother to daughter for 3 generations, but they didn't particularly know anything about its history or aesthetic value.
The painting, titled Christ Mocked, was actually by 13th century Florentine painter Cimabue. Made in around 1280, it's one of the 3 panels that survived from his work called Diptych of Devotion. In October of 2019, the masterpiece fetched a whopping 24 million euros at an auction just outside of Paris. Being the only Cimabue piece that came to market, it now ranks among the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Rubens, and Rembrandt in the top 10 list of the most expensive old paintings ever sold. Number 7. Lockdown luck. In May 2020, at the height of the coronavirus lockdown in France, a Parisian family decided to move to their old home in Vendôme to ride out the pandemic. Ha! If they only knew! As the months got warmer, the children wanted to play in the garden, so the boys went rummaging through their nana's room for stuff to build a makeshift hut with. Lo and behold, 2 heavy objects fell as they took away some sheets. When they told their father about it, they discovered that these random paperweights were, in fact, gold ingots.
Let's go, load up. Anything you can put in your pocket.
Weighing about 1 kilo each, the gold bars had an estimated value of almost $44,000 apiece. It turned out that their grandmother purchased the gold bars sometime in 1967, possibly as an investment. As per the advice of an auctioneer, the family decided to wait for its value to appreciate, as it could potentially fetch more than $100 grand. The children only had one request in exchange for their discovery: a swimming pool. The kids are indeed all right. Number 6. Heirloom in the attic. When a few relics wrapped in newspaper were passed down to a British couple by their family, the couple initially thought nothing of them and just let the items collect dust in the attic of their house in Berkshire, England. Little did they know, they actually had been sitting on some rare treasure all these years. I roll like this.
Glad you like that.
In 2019, the man of the house learned that he was a descendant of Major Thomas Hart, who was part of the 4th Anglo-Mysore War when the famous Indian freedom fighter Tipu Sultan was defeated in 1799. The artifacts the couple had were taken from Tipu Sultan's palace and were handed down by Major Hart's family for generations. Some of the royal Indian loot included the gun used by Tipu Sultan himself, 4 swords, a shield, a betel nut casket, and a solid gold seal ring. And all my parents passed down to me was their home mortgage. Number 5. Look of the Irish. They say real friends are a blessing, and it couldn't have been truer for one Irish lad. See, in October of 2019, a farmer from Northern Ireland lost his wedding ring and thought he had dropped it in one of his fields. To the rescue were his friends Paul Reynard and Michael Gwynn, who helped the man find the missing ring using metal detectors. The bad news, they didn't find the wedding band. Good news, they instead found centuries-old gold coins.
This is it. This is what we dreamed of.
This is the dream of dreams.
Reynard and Gwynn didn't need no 4-leaf clover to unearth 84 pieces of gold coins dating back from the 16th century. One coin in particular even had the face of the infamous King Henry VIII and is valued at £5,000. The haul has an estimated total value of more than £100,000, which should be more than enough to get their friend a new ring and a new lease on life. Number 4. Shipwrecked treasure trove. A ship called the Mentor, owned by the British Earl of Elgin, was carrying marble sculptures stolen from the Parthenon in Athens, among other treasures, when it sank in 1802 just off the coast of Kythera Island in Greece. In 1816, the Earl's secretary sold the Parthenon sculptures to the British Museum, and since then, the Greek government has been trying to demand the return of the historical artifacts to their rightful home. But controversial sculptures aside, divers have been going on expeditions to further recover more and more items from the shipwreck. In fact, in 2019, marine archaeologists struck gold when they recovered a gold ring, a pair of gold earrings, and 3 chess pieces. And in early 2021, another expedition yielded coins, a metal buckle, cooking utensils, and other mundane items that paint a better picture of life aboard the Mentor during its heyday. Number 3. Whale vomit. You might be thinking whale barf sounds utterly disgusting, but what if I told you that it's worth $10,000 per pound?
Say what now?
Whale vomit, otherwise known as ambergris, is a highly coveted ingredient used by perfumers as a fixative to make scents last longer.
It's like a bouquet of 20 or 30 different chemical compounds. Each have their own odor profile.
So just imagine the incredible windfall that came upon a Thai barman named Bunyos Tala Upara in 2019 when he learned that the 22-pound waxy blob he found by the beach that's been sitting in his garden for weeks could actually be ambergris. If confirmed, Bunyos could well be walking out of the bank 500 grand richer. Smells like sweet fortune. Number 2. Triple tanzanite. In case you didn't know, this bluish-violet gemstone called tanzanite is considered one of the rarest precious stones on the face of the planet. So, just imagine unearthing 2 of the world's biggest chunks of tanzanite. That's exactly what happened to a small-scale miner named Saninyu Leza, who discovered 2 massive tanzanite stones in northern Tanzania in June of 2020. The rare jewels weighed a total of 33 pounds and fetched a staggering $3.4 million.
Kwa kweli, mimi mwenyewe nimejenga madarasa mawili mwaka iliyopita kwa ajili ya watoto wa shule, sio shule yangu lakini.
But just when you thought he's already one of the luckiest people on Earth, he proved that the lightning of luck can indeed strike the same place or person twice, because just 2 months later, he discovered a 3rd slab of tanzanite that weighed 13 pounds. Saninyu was able to sell it for $2 million, which brings his total earnings to $5.4 million. Wow, some people really do have all the luck in the world, don't they? Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1. Real-life treasure hunt. Forrest Fenn is a decorated U.S. Air Force pilot who, upon his retirement, operated an art gallery with his wife in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Unfortunately, in 1988, Forrest was diagnosed with cancer. This inspired him to hide a treasure chest filled with rare coins, nuggets of gold, jewelry, and gemstones in an outdoor location. Luckily, he survived the Big C, but instead of recovering his treasure chest, in 2010, he published a memoir containing clues to the location of the hidden chest that was said to be worth a whopping $2 million. Obviously, this launched a treasure hunting frenzy where tens of thousands were believed to have searched the Rockies for the hidden riches.
Well, I made it hard deliberately. If it was easy, anyone could do it.
Finally, in June of 2020, Fenn himself announced that his treasure chest had been found, and in December of that year, a 32-year-old med student from Michigan named Jack Stoof finally revealed himself as the lucky treasure hunter. Stoof initially wanted to remain anonymous due to safety reasons. However, he decided to unmask himself because a lawsuit threatened to reveal his identity. So, which of these fantastic finds did you think was the craziest? Sound off your thoughts in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Now, let's continue our lucky streak and marvel at the 10 most amazing newly discovered species. Till then, stay #blessed, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.